back to 9 Years in China. This is video number 2, November 1, 2020. I don't know what the star date is, but Captain Kenny is here, Teacher Kenny. I'm glad you're, even though there's not a lot of you that watch this channel, I think everybody is so mad at China these days that they don't have a great interest, even though I have lots of stuff to talk about. And I thought today one thing I talk about that we all used to talk about in secret or whatnot, and I was trying to wonder why. China, for one, it's a totally different culture. It's an Asian culture. Their root values are so much different than ours here in America. Even though lots of things are still the same, love and hate, and we're human, so we share lots of traits. But again, there's lots of things that are different. And one thing is, they always ask me about Asian people, Chinese people especially, about being so blunt and being nosy. Now, nosy can come from several different directions. For one, in China, one of the big conversation topics at any table, dinner table in China, is about your job, where you're working, how much money you make. It's okay in China to talk about money. Here we get very offended, when they say, well, how much do you make as a teacher? How much money are you making? And in America it's like, it's none of your damn business how much money I make. But over there, it's very, very common. And they would ask me this stuff all the time. Well, because for one, the assumption that if you are a foreigner in China, you are rich. I always would tell them, no, if I was rich, I would not be in China. I'm here for a whole different reason. And that's hard for them to understand. They really do, the bulk of them would think that you have money if you're in China working. But I say, no. But we get very offended about stuff like that. And I would dance around the subject quite a bit. I say, well, I make about as much as the other teachers. I'm not rich, I'm not poor. I never, almost never revealed an exact amount. If I revealed an exact amount, then they might get offended. If I'm talking to another teacher, they may get offended that I make more than they do. But as a foreign English teacher, for one thing, we're doing something that they really cannot do like we do. We are the native speaker, all that kind of stuff. And we have an expertise with the language that no matter how good they think their English is, they do not speak native English, period. So anyhow, that's where some of that comes from. But if you're over there living, you'll be asked lots of questions personally, because the women want to know where your wife is, where your children are. Do you have children? Do you have a wife? Because when I was over there, I'm kind of looking for a wife. But they will be boom, boom, boom. They will interrogate you really hard. And I've had a few girlfriends over there, and man, you get interrogated a little bit, but it's not them being nosy on purpose. It's just their program to ask this stuff. So yeah, they're a little bit of busybody, and my photography buddies over there, it doesn't matter what walk of life they're from, they're always asking you lots of the same questions. Now, bluntness, again, comes from many different directions. The Chinese language is not, though it's a very, very old language, the Chinese language is very black and white. There's not a lot of room for gray in Chinese. They don't have all the beautiful adjectives and adverbs and things like we do in English. You know, in English we've got over 4,000 adverbs. So their language is not as eloquent, in my opinion, as English, because we are so descriptive. And also they learn English, and they kind of have to blend it in English Chinese style for them to understand things. And where I might say, oh, I look at some girl, I say, oh, you're so beautiful, oh my God, and it's the way we use our voice. And over there, they might just say, ni hum pia liang, you, and it's like literally translated, you very pretty, wah, wah, wah. So it's not as beautiful without using your face and using the emotion, like, ni hum pia liang, so in all languages, our facial expressions and our tone of voice help tell the story. But literally, the Chinese language is very, very, it's very, very blunt. And like I said, it's not really descriptive. And it can be really difficult on them as a learner too. Because they study, my students would study in other classes, pieces of English, trying to memorize the phrases and verb forms. They're always messing up on English verbs because in Chinese everything is more direct. So that's where a lot of this stuff comes from. It's part of it is culture, part of it is the language itself, and how they learn their other languages. So if you're over there visiting, if you are actively teaching over there, you're new to that society, don't worry about it too much. And another thing they'll do also is they're very quick to cut off conversation. In America, we like to chat and chat and chat and chat and chat sometimes, but in China, we may be sitting around a table and you got one of the students that's talking, and then all of a sudden, boom, she just shuts down when he or she says what she wants to say. That's the end of that subject for them. And they can do that saying goodbye too. They'll be talking to you one minute and we're all having fun, and then they just kind of go, I gotta go. I mean, just right out of the blue, I gotta go. Boom. And they're gone. And they'll see you again in a day or two, or whatever it is, but that's another trait that part of it may be their English language skill, or where you have limited vocabulary, just like me and my Chinese. I do the absolute best I could with my teeny-weeny vocabulary, so I might sound like that to them when I speak Chinese. But all in all, don't worry about, expect them to be nosy, expect the language often to be very blunt, because just remember their native language is not as descriptive as English. And remember, if there's a lot of students I taught the last few years in China are not English majors, so they study stuff, very basic phrases, and try to get better and better. Where the English majors, they need to know a lot more about grammar and things like that. But don't worry about it. Just if you're over there, or if you have Chinese friends, maybe that'll help explain a little bit about their thought process. But anyhow, have a great, great day. It's nice to see you, and I hope you just stay in tune, okay? So bye-bye. Have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe.